As much as I hate to say it, my hardcore world was lost 6 months ago. In that time, I've been working on other videos and other endeavors, but I've also been procrastinating making this video. I've had so many ideas for this hardcore world and so many ideas for videos on the hardcore world, but the problem is that I did not feel like editing it. So now I'm going to have this one long video of everything I've done in 2024, since that was the last time you've seen my world. In my last video, I mined out half this mountain. In that place, I've made a cocoa bean farm, a lava farm, and a bamboo farm that breaks, and it's broken right now. I don't know how to fix that. It does work pretty well though, as you can see from all these chests, which is a super smelter, which I needed to make glass for another farm, for that, the elephant in the room, this big sniffer. In here, I brought my stiffers out of the sheep room, and I grew a bunch and put them all in here. They're sitting on mud and grass, and there are hopper mine carts that go around. But it's overflowing now, so it's not picking up anything. If you're wondering, these are what my items were when I died. So I had a helmet named Glasses, chest plate named Schweinekopf, apple bottom jeans, really Yeezys. I had a totem on me. So now that I've sorted these are my shulker boxes. This was like my everything. I had all the items in here, like a bunch of extra tools and stuff. We can actually go through my tool names. So first up, I have my sword. Subscribe to Traskers on YouTube and TikTok. Then I had the mushroom slasher, which had smite 5 and fortune 3. Pickaxe, which had fortune 3. Silk axe, which had silk touch. I hate snow, which had fortune 3 because I hate snow. And wings. I already went over the armor. Here was my bedrock breaking setup, and here's a shulker box full of totems. In here I had a drowse DR for my raid farm. It doesn't have fire aspect because that would break the armor stand in the farm. We have Pew, which is a piercing 4 crossbow. Digging time is my silk touch shovel, which is what I mainly use. This is my hoe. I got 2 bones, and this is Ask You a Question, which was also my main axe, but I had to build that, which I don't know if I've gone over. This is map art for a wool block, and as you can see, it used mushroom blocks, a lot of them. And that was used for my sheep farm over here, where I placed it on the sides where there's a white color there. It doesn't look like wool if you're blind. I don't actually know how I got in the farm. I don't think I have a door or anything, so there's some minecart. There's one minecart going around in a loop, back and forth, picking up all the wool. You're gonna see this get picked up by the minecart going around. Like that. I think they're all white sheep. I think I dyed them back all white when I didn't need any more colored wool. This is my pet house. Get it? It kind of sounds like penthouse. So I have Garfield the cat out here, and if you go in, I have a bunch of cats in here. I don't know if they're and dogs and parrots. I don't know if they have names. Oh, there's Bark Vader. That's my dog. That was my main dog. I built like a clock tower, little design there. And I made this really tall up, and there used to be an alley here, but I destroyed it because it looked ugly. And I put the alley here. I was going to build this up to world height, which I don't think I was able to do. Yeah, it's like 160. And I was going to put the alley up there. I moved my bee farm up from over here to up here. I couldn't fit it very well, so you had to squeeze through. And it works pretty well. Up here is a little path with bamboo around, and I started building a little wall around to my mob farm. You can see I started building a wall around my house and around my base. And then I was gonna light up everything so none of these mobs would spawn. That was a big problem because they kept killing my villagers. In here there's a ton of villagers, if you couldn't tell. I kept the sugarcane farm. I never needed to move it. I put my shulker box here so all the sugarcane just piles in. This cobblestone farm is still here, and obviously, if you couldn't tell, I removed the river that was going through here, and I was covering up this whole ground with dirt. I never finished it, and you could see I was starting a wall over here near my house, and I didn't want it to be perfectly circular. I wanted it to look a bit odd. This is still here, and I kept the ice underneath, which I thought would make the items move faster, but I believe it makes them move slower. Here is my quadruple iron farm setup. It's actually octuple because there's 6 villagers per zombie, and it's really efficient. It's actually overflowing. The iron isn't like able to go into the hoppers. I put lava like the farm told me to do, but it didn't tell me to put campfires. I did that on my own. I made them soul campfires, so it does even more damage. My concrete converter is still here. Down here I have a slime farm. I like also wanted it to be loaded a lot, and it would be loaded a lot if it was in my base. And then here I have a food farm because I needed food. It works a lot better than I thought it would. And to get all the green glass inside of there, I had to build this cactus farm, which is pretty efficient for how little cactus it uses. This is like 5 times, this is 30 cactus. And my AFK chamber used to be down there, and I moved it up here, so it's a glass box all around. I also have this so you can exit through the top, and I have this little setup right here. So like I would hold right click, you would go in the bed, and when you would wake up you'd spawn here, it'd push you, and I'd still be facing the bed, so I could sleep through the nights automatically. I did fill in this like a lot. It used to be open like that. I placed all these blocks to cover it up because I was planning on building stuff here, but I never got around to do it. This is my boot. Sunflowers, and I put a bunch of poppies I was getting from the iron farm here, and I put some other flowers here. My honey farm was working so well. I have these chests here and a bunch of extra sand, and over here are the materials from the mountain, and they're floating because the hill used to go out this way, but I destroyed it. In here I just let them, like, my villagers basically free roam. They have this entire hall to themselves. I like plugged up the super smelter in here and built that instead. Let's just turn all of them on so I know where to go. In the nether, right here, first and foremost, is my slime farm. My slime farm doesn't work as well as I thought it did. You can see here I have my ice highway. At the end of it is my wither skeleton farm. That way is my witch farm. And there's my raid farm, my gunpowder collection area, and my spawn. So this is my sand duper. That's how I got all the concrete powder, which then I put in my concrete converter. To build my sniffer. So this is my sand duper. This is actually the second end portal I did this on, because my main end portal, I messed it up. And the irony behind this being called the Super Detonator is this is actually where I died. I called it the Super Detonator because it killed a bunch of hoglins, and I hate hoglins, so I thought it was funny to call it that. But I was gently floating down. There's actually still some of my XP there. That's pretty funny. Gently floating down. I took my totem out because I was going to kill a hoglin and get the levels to repair my tool, because I like doing that. And then I apparently was too fast and I ended up dying. So we're gonna end it where we started. I had 93 levels, maybe even more because of that XP that we saw in the Nether. So that's everything I did for like 3 months at the beginning of the year. And then I died, and then didn't talk about my world for 6 months. So it might be a surprise to some of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if I'll ever do hardcore in the future. I think I got bored by it. Hardcore is a dying genre, and it's not very fun anymore. See you later. Well, that sucks. That's actually hilarious. I took off my totem, like it's not on my arm anymore. I guess I was kind of looking for a restart. Wasn't too happy with what I was doing. I mean, I built a bamboo farm that keeps breaking. This design was pretty awful. Times mined. I've mined 274,000 blocks of stone, 64,000 blocks of dirt, 47,000 deep slate blocks, 46,000 grass blocks, 20,000 netherrack, and 16,000 ice. I've broken my shulker box 1776 times. That's pretty crazy. Let's see how many totems I used. I've used my pickaxe 400,000 times. My netherite one. My diamond 24,000. I'm surprised I didn't use as many totems. There. I've only used 17 totems. It doesn't even look like wool, which makes it so much better that I spent so much time getting all of this. I was getting the slime to make a dark oak farm, so I can make this all the way to the top and hang him there, because I hate allays. Can't even hurt them. I never did anything with this. I was planning on breaking all the bedrock at the bottom, but I never got around to do it. I was pretty proud of this sniffer, but not that much. I didn't like how this looked. Cobblestone farm I only had to use once because it was so overpowered. And on top of all my mining, I really didn't even need. And to think all of this came from this one spot right here. It's really amazing how far worlds can come.